May the blessings be. What that means is let come down whatever has to come down, right? Let it be. Let's hope that it's good tidings, right? Oh, how sweet it is to be with you people. How sweet. Those of like mind and spirit, I want to welcome you all, the chelas and initiates. And of course, the new seekers that are here today, thank you. Now, I know doggone well you're not going to understand a thing that I say, and you're just going to be checking me out, putting the most severest judgment on me. I realize that. I hope I pass your inspection, but give me a break, because I'm just like you. I'm just like you. They've got this term, they call me a master, right? Well, I never call myself a master, and if I do, it's with reluctance. You need to be the one who calls me a master, not me. That can turn people off so fast, and they say, who the hell does he think he is? And who appointed him? And why aren't I up there instead? That's a touchy subject. The ego is fiery, red hot on that. Because the ego does not like any other authority. It wants to be its own authority. And that's the main attribute that keeps one away from the spiritual search, is the ego wants to remain its own authority and call the shots. Who's got it and who does not. But for those of you that are going to be scanning me that way, please understand that I'm a humble man and I make mistakes just like you do. I do the best I can just like you do. I'm just a humble vehicle. And if there's any power, any authority, it's coming through me, and it's not me of myself. And you people are very much in the same position. As long as someone doesn't lord themselves over you and boss you around, you're willing to listen. But if you start to smell something where this person is a megalomaniac or on an ego trip or a power trip, that would turn me off so much I'd probably walk out of the room. And yet it's a tall task to be in this position, because you want to lay it on me, and I don't want you to lay it on me. I want you to lay it on your own spiritual power and see that you're just as righteous and powerful and loving and spiritual as I am. You might not realize it yet, but you still have all those subjective ingredients and qualities. And that's what I want to see come out. And then when they do, we both can celebrate our divinity. That's what I want. It's much like a parent wanting their child to grow up and be an adult, and now they can talk about mature, adult-like topics. But while the child is a child and the parent is the adult, it's very tough for that. And the parent, of course, comes in and judges the parent and eventually doesn't want anything to do with them. And they want to go out and be themselves. So please have mercy on me. So I'm Sri Gary. Okay. So what's this Master Path stuff, and what's going on? Well, oh geez, like I've said, I wish I could say everything at once. So you just understood it all. And he said, yep, doggone it, that guy speaks the truth. He qualified those things I'm a little suspicious of. He explained those things. I know it all. I'll give this a legitimate shot. The problem is, I can't. I've been talking for 25 years and I still haven't gotten it all out yet. And you're going to make judgments long before I'm able to explain all the metaphysics and technicalities of what a spiritual life might be, or what spiritual life is, or where you've come from, where you're supposed to go. What are you doing down here? Furthermore, I realize you can't be coerced onto the path. If I had an opportunity to give you a fast rap, a jive job, and convince you mentally of the past veracity, I wouldn't want to do it. You people have heard that rap before, people trying to convince you, like on TV when you see an advertisement. Newly formulated. They're trying to sell you. Buy our product. You need it. And they say if you can convince them that they need it, then they'll buy it. And anything goes. You can lie right through your teeth. It's not the truth that matters. It's how they perceive what you're advertising. Well, I don't want to advertise the Master Path. I couldn't convince one of you to save my life. I wouldn't want to do it if you weren't ready. And yet those that are ready, I would want to be a spokesman and a channel to give you whatever you felt you needed, and to be explanatory in what was said and understanding, so I could converse with your inner beingness and one could really communicate. But I'm not interested in giving you some type of deceptive talk. I'm not interested in trying to convince you. I want to tell you what the path is about, which is a mouthful, but you've got to be ready to walk a path like this. Now, here's the first thing I'd like to say. The Master Path is, well, you know how they say like the Green Berets or the SEALs are like the elite of the services, and only the good people get in and the qualified? Well, the Master Path is 100 times more than those qualifications. It's not for the masses of people. That there's a group of people like this, sincere seekers, just in America is a miracle. It's just not a path that you can come, much like the local church on the corner or the ashram over in India. It's not open to just come and join. It's open to come and check out me and the teachings and read a few books. But it's an esoteric path. Esoteric means secrets known only by the few. Exoteric means basically spiritual principles that are known by the masses. Most of the masses knows about philosophy, metaphysics, the occult, or the religious teachings from their childhood, or they've heard something on TV or whatnot from their local minister or priest. That's exoteric. Master Path is esoteric. That means, in essence, that you've got to be at a point in the evolution of your own consciousness where you are qualified to hear and study the teachings that will ultimately gain you your liberation and your salvation. So right off the bat, I better bring up salvation. Some of you, that interests you, and others, it turns you off immediately. Salvation has just been turned into a 5-penny word. The church offers it for free. Geez, you can go to church and walk out saved. How spirituality is presented by the masses, okay? Well, in the Light and Sound Path or the Master Path or what they call the teachings of the saints. Not the teachings of the Pope, the minister, the Islam, Hindu, Christian religion, etc. No, the teaching of the saints. You would say, Gary, well, aren't the religions of the world, didn't they come from saintly people? Yes, they did. But the sacred scripture that was written, the sermons that have been given, it's been so watered down and diluted by the disciples and the zealots that followed these saints that you can't even recognize what true spirituality is anymore. Salvation, liberation, these are the big words on Master Path. However, in order to attain these ideals in consciousness, it takes way more than we've ever been told. It's a work that can take many, many lifetimes before you even qualify for the prospects of becoming or attaining salvation and liberation. Whether you believe this or not, takes thousands and thousands and thousands of lifetimes. We've been around here for so long, I even hate to say it because some of you would say that's just absolutely impossible. But when your mind and intellect enlarge a little bit, you'll realize, well, it's not impossible at all because there's no way that infinity can be contained within one lifetime, one age, one yuga, a million years, a billion years. If things are infinite, if we've been here forever, not here like on this physical plane, but if the soul is eternal and immortal and has no beginning and has no end, well, we're talking about this word infinity. We've all been down here a long, long time, and the whole purpose of our life down here is to ultimately attain salvation. Before you can attain salvation, you have to become liberated. Before you can become liberated, you have to completely conquer your own mind. That's basically what the Master Path is. It's the process of going inside your own consciousness, inside your own body, discovering who you are as the soul in contrast to your own mind and intellect and emotions, and then in your very own soul form, starting to travel through the planes of consciousness until you attain salvation.